What's happening? Lawnarchy. It's your man PL. Tonight we got Quarter from the Valley.
Chill,
You just heard DJ Jamel Rockwell on the ones and twos.
chill.
Yeah.
Um, Before we get started, everybody doing all right?
It's been a pretty good week, man. But we'll talk about it, man. 420 was probably the best day out of this week. We'll talk about that too and why. But it's been a struggle, but it's been a fight. But it's all valley juice, you dig?
Peaks and valleys, for sure.
Yeah, definitely that. Definitely
Peaks
that.
and valleys.
Man, whew, it's been a rough. This has been a rough one, straight up.
Yeah, I concur with that. Yeah, it's definitely been a difficult week.
Man,
Beginning with losing Black Rob early in the week.
Man, that sucked because they showed pictures of him
Sick.
tweeting out giving his
Yeah.
condolences to DMX.
right.
And everybody was like, "What was going on?" And then all of a sudden, there was like he's
Black
good.
Rob.
He's getting out the hospital.
Yeah,
I guess he was just getting out of the hospital for hospice, man.
had to be, man. Had to be.
But I do. It is noteworthy that X and Rob were definitely of a similar style, and something that was sorely needed at the time.
Yeah, grimy.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was basically the bounce back from the shiny suit era, if you will.
Yeah.
And man, you just thought dudes like that would last forever.
Man, I just thought they was too hard to die, man.
Yeah, for real.
They was like that too hard to die,
For
ain't
real.
they?
For
For
real.
real.
I really didn't think they would go this soon.
Man,
Uh,
especially the dog, man. I mean, man.
Yeah. Obviously, we didn't get as many hits out of Rob, but whoa, and the track I just played before this was actually, I believe, the first single of Black Rob's. I Dare You, and actually I was hyped for Black Rob off that track.
No
alone.
shit.
Yeah. And then when Whoa came out, I was like, oh.
Yeah, whoa, shit. I remember hearing that mug like 30 times a day damn near when it
Oh,
came
man.
out. Like, shit. Like,
So good. So good that Texas went ahead and took it around the block one time and did that Man remix.
man.
Of
Man.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness, man. We lost a lot of good music this week.
Man.
Not to mention the most recent one.
Shock G.
Rest in peace, Shock G, man.
Man, that one right there for me was. I remember getting that tape. First I remember hearing his music and I was like, what is this? This shit right here, man. This is some shit. This is dope. And I was like a lot of people, he had me fooled just for a second when he was Humpty Hump and shocked. He had me fooled just for a second, but that was like one of the most, I mean, to me, that was incredible for a rapper to play two people.
I was convinced till puberty.
I mean, straight up,
That
like,
there was two different people.
like straight up, it took me I was like, nah, they brothers. They brothers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
brothers,
they brothers,
Twins, something.
Yeah, close cousins, something. Niggas look very familiar to each other, so I was, they had me fooled. That's what I said. It was real creative how he did that because that's hard. That would be hard to do.
I'm still of the belief that Humpty Hump is going to show up to Shock G's funeral, bro.
You dig what I'm saying? You dig?
He's going to show up. I mean that was a. I mean, that wasn't the majority of them a little bit. That was a good point of the allure to them. Like, it was so
Right.
much mystery, but you jamming too hard.
And you ain't tripping.
You
You like
focus on what's
Right.
going on. Whatever it is, they doing their shit. That's all I know.
Right. Not to mention, they the ones brought Tupac out. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's hip hop history right there in itself. Them bringing Tupac to the game, then plus them themselves. You know what I'm saying? It just, I mean, come on, man. Sex packets. That's one of the dopest albums.
Not to be the dead horse, but that Tupac is the Tupac that goes on my Hall of Fame.
That Tupac, yeah, because that was the hungry Tupac. That was that Tupac that was like, nigga,
he was going for it every time they let him up.
Yeah, and he spit that real that knowledge shit back then. That's what I thought he was gonna stick with, was that, but it all came together. It was all Valley Juice. It came together. But yeah, it's been a rough week, man. Been a rough one.
How that one hit you, P?
Well, any passing, to a degree hits hard simply because it's a loss of life. And I feel for the family and the close friends of those who of the deceased. Personally, I've had opportunity to hang out with Shock G a few times. He actually frequented Kansas City a lot in the early 2000s.
Yeah, when you said that, when you said it on Facebook, I didn't realize that. But I didn't know he was here that many times.
Yeah, he was here quite a few times. And I was, I don't know if I was working at a bar down in the River Market. I'm not sure if I was bar backing or bartending, but he would come in like towards mutual friends of ours would bring him by, and he'd come in right at close, and some people who were leaving would notice him, and he would always take time to pose with pictures, and sign some autographs, or talk to them for a little bit before we would have to put them out.
Real dude.
And then he'd hang out, and then we'd wind up going like down to the bottoms to an after-hour spot or something. And what was most impressive about him to me as a person, from my knowledge, was with all his fame and celebrity, he always remembered who I was and remembered my name.
That's dope.
That is dope. It's because a lot of people be like, man, who this nigga, man? Who this dude look like Samuel L. Jackson and shit.
But not necessarily surprising, man. I mean, his music is so personable that you would imagine that he would be that personable,
I don't give credit to anyone prior to having personal knowledge, so I wasn't giving him that kind of credit until I met him. But he was really a cool guy. I mean, like real cool, like just generally cool. I mean, he was. I referred to him earlier as an approachable Miles Davis.
Damn.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I seen it on your page.
There are not a lot of photos where he does not have a smile or.
You peep that out and you're like, this dude here, man. It's hard to, like, for me, it's hard to smile sometimes on a lot of shit. You take a picture of me, I might be frowning and shit.
And I don't know if either you knew this, but New York guy, by way of Tampa.
No,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He moved to the Bay when he was, I think, teenager, maybe 19 or something like that.
Damn.
But I think that kind of explains because his flow was definitely different than a typical like Oak Town.
Yeah. He was
type of spit.
Yeah, I mean that explains like how he was able to play two people too. Said he got one style over here, one style over here, so that explains a lot of it too. Man. See, I didn't know that. That explains a lot right there.
Yeah. And what was the movie? Was it Nothing But Trouble?
Yep.
Oh man, that like they made that movie. Without that movie, without them being in that movie is trash. It is, and that's a movie with Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase in it.
Man, you took me back on that one. Shit. I'm gonna have to go watch that one. I'm gonna have to go watch that one.
Now, it is one of my little. I'll sit back, roll one up, and watch it.
Okay, I gotta go. I've seen it, but it's been a long time since I've seen it.
But Digital Underground makes that movie, man, and I think it's Dan Aykroyd's nephew was the big push to get them in the movie. Got them in the movie, and they ended up cutting music there as well. So like as soon as they got involved, they got on set and everything. Everybody was so happy about them being there. Like it expanded them into basically doing the entire soundtrack.
Damn.
You know, man, bring back party rap.
Man.
Now, listen, I took it for granted. I'm not gonna lie. Early '90s, I was looking for either boom bap or some gangster shit. There wasn't a lot of in between for me. And so even though I listened to Digital Underground, I think more so because they were a lot more musical than most party acts. But yeah, like I feel in retrospect, I feel like I missed out on a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun in the 90s. It was.
Hey, you knew when Digital Underground was coming to town, somebody was about to kick it.
But hard.
Somebody was about to kick it. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't surprise me that he freaked with this on his own because when they was on, they was here like Johnny Taylor.
Damn. I knew about 2 times he came. I was about 2 times.
Nah, they used to come through.
Yeah, that's what I said. I only knew about 2.
Yeah.
Yep. My condolences, our condolences.
Absolutely.
To the family and close friends, Shock G, Black Rob, DMX,
Prince Marky D.
Man.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of hip hop in 1 week.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of hip hop, man, in 1 week.
Well, Marky D and also Ecstasy, Houdini.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Damn. That's a lot of hip hop, man. Just a couple weeks.
And so much like diversity in genres amongst OGs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cats don't really work to sound different than one another these days.
No, they don't. They don't. You know what? I was noticing that the other day. I was in the shop and cats was listening to some, they was listening to some music, and I was like, man, if you just listen to a lot of this shit, it all sounds like the same. Cause I was listening to this cat. He's from Kansas City, and I was like, okay. He played a song, and I was like, okay, that sound just like what's the name? You got that voice box thing going on. And then I listened to another one. I was like, shit, your diversity is not even there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not even there. You know what I mean? It seems like you're trying to sound like somebody else. You ain't doing your by that voice box. I mean, like Lil Baby. It's only certain people that can use that voice like that and sound good. Mm-hmm. Lil Baby is one of them. He can sound good with that. But you got cats. They trying to do that same thing. Don't have their own diverse. And that's gone. I mean, I don't really see that a lot no more.
Hey, I may be showing my age here.
Me too.
But all the initial crew rappers lately, NBA, YNF, or all them cats, and then insert rapper. I may be showing my age. They all sound alike to me.
Sound the same. I mean.
I'm not saying it's not good.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just like.
But they sound alike to me, and I get them. I get all those.
I get them confused, right? I mean, you get them. You're like, well, damn, he sound like what's the name? Is that what's the name? And cause that's how I was doing when I was listening to Old Boy's music. I was like, well, it don't sound like you, but it sounds like somebody else. And I'm like, well, he was saying, well, how come people don't listen to, Mom, and I didn't want to tell the guy, because you're not being original. You're not being yourself. You're not being original to yourself. You got to be original, and you can't really, you can't really take another style. You can make it your own, but it ain't gonna.
Well, you know what it is. Some of these cats, they have talent, but their style isn't necessarily entertaining.
Exactly. There you go. That's what I'm looking for.
So then they just adopt what's hot.
That's what yeah.
You know what I mean? And then try and personalize it, but that's a lot. That's difficult once you done already set this tone.
Yeah. Yeah, now you got people waiting on this. You know, now you like, well, damn, who are you? And that's how you get mixed.
Who are you?
Yeah, you get mixed, and then you get lost in the shuffle, and then nobody hears about you again. They're like, well, damn, where did that nigga go? Oh, ain't that him right here I'm listening to? Yeah, that's him. Ain't even that dude. You know, ain't even that dude. He got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, but there won't ever be another Shot G.
There'll never be another DMX.
There'll never be another DMX.
Nobody can have a voice like that. That was like, when you heard that voice, you was like a dog. Like that.
Hey, there'll definitely not be another Ecstasy either.
Man, I said, man, this week's been a rough one. Them was like some pioneers in hip hop, man. You know, they dug a motherfucking stake in the ground for when in their era, as far as hip hop.
Now on the flip side, on the flip side of the week, I had some things that I wouldn't necessarily call wins.
Well, let's talk about what you're sipping on. Let's do that first. Let's get to a happy note, and then we can go, from there. So I'm gonna ask y'all.
I'm never gonna decline to let people know what I'm sipping.
I'm gonna ask y'all, since y'all always ask me first. What the hell y'all sipping on? P, it's on you.
We switching it up.
Yeah.
I'm not going first this time.
Yeah, it's on P. Don't never go first. So let's hear what you sipping on.
Tonight, drinking a yard beer from Double Shift Brewing out of Kansas City.
All right.
It's 4.5 ABV. Pretty solid. Definitely sessionable. And it's really yard beer. That's the actual factual name of it. So I'm not just saying that I'm, drinking some cheaper beer.
Nah, y'all never drink no cheap shit. Nah, I'm here to vouch for that. I don't drink beer. I don't drink nothing. I ain't had some alcohol in a long time. I know y'all only drink the best beer. Because y'all won't even give me like a thumbnail worth, and I'll be wanting to taste that shit. And y'all,
I mean, why do Rock Gut beer?
Right. True. I mean,
really?
But P been drinking that. P always helped me to the best drinking beer. Since we was yay big. We go in the store. P gonna get some. I remember when he had, what was that, one of them stouts. I can't remember. He introduced me to one of them stouts. Me and Rod. And he's like, man, yeah, this is what y'all need to be drinking, right? And I was hooked on that shit for months, almost years. You know what I'm saying? I was hooked on it, and shit. So, he been a beer connoisseur for a long time. So I pretty much, beer y'all drink, I pretty much trust that I can hear what y'all talking about, and the look of it, the textures of it. And then one thing y'all told me was about the amber of it, the color in it and shit. Yeah. I look for that now when people drinking beer. Like, you drinking that piss water. That piss water, man. We don't drink like my boys drink.
Straight up.
They drink that good beer.
Straight up. Now, let's see. I am sipping on Left Hand Brewing Company's Brewer's Test Kitchen Dunkel. And it is very tasty. It is I believe it's 4.8, 25 IBUs. Very flavorful for a Dunkel. My closest comparison would probably be KC Beer's Dunkel. They're the same, but they're definitely different. The flavor, like the caramel flavor out of this Left Hand really pops. That KC Beer's is a little bit smoother on the first taste and the finish, but I like this. I could definitely drink more. I wish
Is it a summer beer, spring beer? What would be the best time to drink this beer?
I mean, you could probably say spring or fall, but people drink Dunkels year round now.
Okay.
It's not that heavy to where you can't drink it in the summertime. If you want something,
but beer's good for the summertime anyway, as long as it's cold. As long as it's good and cold.
Right, but I'm saying as far as dark beers, you can drink during the summer and not feel like you got too much on you.
Oh, well, see, that's something I didn't know that either. I didn't, different between dark,
Well, a lot of your darker beers are typically going to be heavier because it's got more in it.
Okay. Does that got something to do with the aging process or something like that?
Not necessarily. It's just the style of beer. style of beer and ingredients. But you know, we're all about stout season here, but really stout season is about October to February. You know what I mean? We might
football season.
Football season, basically. We might dip into March a little some, you know.
Yeah, football season still. You know.
And I will drink a stout in the summer, but I won't do anywhere near like sessioning a stout in the summer. That's heavy. That's real heavy. So typically, what I've been doing over the past few years is looking at a lot of sours.
Okay.
A lot of sours, a lot of Belgians. That's how I keep it going. Speaking of which, on deck, I do have the Martin City Anniversary Abbey. I think we showcased the Anniversary Stout here before. I could be getting it the other way around, but with this thing being 13%.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Memory could elude me a little bit.
Okay.
I have had this before. We did Belgians a couple weeks ago, I believe, or last week, and this definitely fits in.
It was Belgium was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we did the
it was Belgium last week.
Yeah, and proof positive because Rockwell doesn't know how to clean off his work area.
My DJ drink right, he just don't eat right.
Yeah. And don't clean up after yourself, apparently. But I mean, this is not an actual what we call a Trappist ale, but it's an abbey. Since it's not made in a monastery or something like that, that's why they call it an abbey ale instead of a Trappist ale, because it's made in that same style, but not necessarily authentic enough to be labeled Trappist. But yeah, that's what I'm sipping on. And if I really needed it, I got the dry hop wheat on deck as well. But I don't think we'll have to go that far.
Hopefully not. If so, we will.
But yeah, speaking back on high notes of the week.
Well, hold on.
Oh, y'all didn't want to know what I was sipping on?
Oh yeah, you got to be turned around, you know.
All right, man. We gotta do it different sometimes, man. We gotta do it different sometimes.
Oh, buddy.
We gotta do it different sometimes.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, what we have today. All right. Of course, Gatorade. Still trying to get that endorsement. You got some Gatorade. Got some mango hibiscus tea.
Ooh, now you might be on to something there.
And then you mix it with a little bit of orange juice. Not much, just a little. And you mix it around. You mix it real good. You got to mix it real good. And you taste it. And you say, "Oh, what a good week." And that's what this is right here. You try to make you're trying to make a bad week go right. Get this right here. What a good week. That's what it's called. What a good week.
I'm definitely a fan of hibiscus flavor in my
It's soothing.
In my soft drinks.
It soothes your throat. The tea. The orange, of course, that's good for your immune. Can't drink too much orange juice, but it's good for your immune. Of course, the Gatorade gonna give you that energy you need. But it's a good end of the week.
I don't feel like I have to go to the bathroom after hearing that one.
No, this is a good one. This is actually a good one. The tea, I'm gonna start trying to use like some teas and stuff like that. Because it's getting to be summertime, so you want something
in the
cool.
summertime.
Yeah, you want something cool. As you can see, the texture looks kind of thick, but it's all valley juice.
It's rather looks like
kind of cloudy.
What's the Jumex stuff? The nectar. Looks like nectar.
Yeah. Tastes real good too. Tastes real good. Probably don't go good with y'all beer, but it, at the end of the week, before y'all get to drinking beer, take you some of this. Soothe your insides first.
So
that's what we sipping on.
quarter noticed that you happen to be down in the Jazz District.
Man, reporting live. As usual, reporting live down here, man. Just ain't been down here in a long time. Thought I'd step out here, man, see what's going on in my city. It's been a minute.
Anything going on?
Man, right now it's kind of quiet, and that makes me nervous.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that makes me nervous.
Ain't nobody buying no t-shirts, guys? Did you bring the hoodies with you? Because it's a little nippy out.
It's kind of slow night, man. You know how it is when it's a slow night for my trapping. Slow night.
Hell, people still don't even know how to be out.
That's the whole thing. It's the COVID got people confused. Do you want to party? But I've been noticing the young people, they ain't stop partying. The younger they still getting out there. They don't,
risking their lives. Go
oh
ahead.
man, I was in the shop today. They was talking about Westport was popping. I was like, huh? I was like, what? Hold on, black people still go to Westport? What? Hold on, wait a minute. But I was like, y'all partying? What? Don't y'all know that shit is still out here?
Yeah,
well,
but
that's because
still cracking.
well, that's an actual good transition for a topic that I wanted to bring up. See, the reason that they're out here partying still, a lot of them, is because at one point in time, or for the majority of our lifetimes, excuse me, KC was known as a drinker's city and a weed smoking city and a wet smoking city.
And don't forget the meth.
Sorry, America.
Well, no, Independence specifically was the meth
Capital.
Yeah, that.
But these days,
Well, nowadays, the weed is still around, but it's not being smoked as predominantly. The wet, it's also still around, and it is still being smoked probably about as much as it was back in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, cocaine has really increased in usage.
oh yeah, look, like they taking it back. They taking it back to the 80s.
Man.
So the energy of the city's kind of fucked up because it's a cocaine energy.
You know what kind of energy cocaine energy is? It's exhibitionist energy.
Trouble.
Listen, most people get high, they do their thing, and they go
cool.
on about their business. They
Chill
don't
out.
bother nobody.
Yeah,
These cokeheads make sure they let everybody in they perimeter
know they high.
know
They high and their heart's beating fast as fuck.
Yeah, baby. They on that flake.
Boy, on it bad.
And they gonna tell you They gonna tell you how much they did. They gonna tell you how long it's gonna be till they need to go do it again.
Boy,
I had a guy come into a situation, and he was trying to purchase some products to make him appear to be healthy. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, okay, we got you. 10-4, good buddy.
He asked me to my face, eye to eye, if I have to drop Wednesday, when do I need to stop with the bullshit? This was on Wednesday when he asked me. So he had a week.
Oh, okay. It was a week ahead. I thought you said he asked you Wednesday, and it was Wednesday. I thought you were talking about day of.
So I told him, to be safe. Now.
Right. Today, this hour, this minute.
This gentleman told me, well, I'm going to stop Sunday. And then, just hope for the best.
Oh, well, we know what happened in that incident.
I don't know. Tomorrow or Sunday's still a couple of days away. And he doesn't have to, drop until Wednesday. So, the stuff that he purchased will definitely take care of him. But I just thought it was
it's kind of stupid to ask you that and then say, well I'm going to stop in my own term.
Not even stupid. It's stupid, but it was sad to me.
Yeah.
That either your freedom or your employment was not worth enough to
to stop
doing some blow for a few days.
Just a few days. That's it.
But that also let me know how much blow he was doing.
Addicted. Addicted.
And look, I pass no judgment.
No.
You can OD tonight. You know what I'm saying? That sounds harsh, but it's your life. It's not mine. I'm not going OD smoking this joint.
Can I just go out there and step out on a limb and say I'll judge cokeheads? No problem.
I mean, go for it. I mean, that's.
I mean, you ain't really got to judge them. They really put themselves out there where you be like, okay, this motherfucker. Like P said, this motherfucker.
Just my most annoying interactions with high people.
Oh yeah, because they a whole different high than you are. They high is like way out there.
And got the temerity.
They're gone.
They're
buzzed.
They're amped.
Yeah, they are like they heart like,
and they've probably been up for 2 or 3 days.
More than likely, at least 50 hours.
Doing bumps and lines, and ain't had no sleep.
None, and drinking too, and drink all fucking day.
So
damn, this motherfucker gonna die from overdosing in alcohol. Shit.
Hey, I remember.
Shit.
Tour story. I remember. We went to Austin. I think it was the second time we had been there, right? Within 9 months, and went to the same hotel we normally go to. Our same desk lady took care of us, right? When we got there, it was like our homegirl was like, "Hey, y'all smoke?" We was like, well, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I got some friends of mine down in the room. I got a room for them down the hallway, and they out there kicking. If you want somewhere you want to just go smoke or whatnot." And before she could finish this out, these cats came in the door, and I guess they were with the party. And she was like, "Yeah, these are the guys I tell you about." Like, yeah, it's like, "Hey man, if y'all party with some cool people down the hall, y'all should come down. I just got back from overseas. It's it's middle of the war or whatnot." I was like, "Man, I tell you what, I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, let me go fuck with y'all.
Tour, screw it. Let me go do something." My brother P over here wanted no parts of it.
Said he already saw the fuck shit.
No, it's common knowledge that I don't like people.
No, it ain't that. You just saw the fuck shit. I know you.
In this particular circumstance, you did raise an eyebrow about that scenario. It wasn't just a people thing.
No, yeah,
I don't like shit.
I don't like new people.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is right there. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not fucking with
Yeah, I ain't fucking with it.
I'm not fucking with this."
Hey, and for real, if P say he ain't fucking with it, you might want to take that in account. Like,
yes,
you right, P. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to fuck with that tonight. You right.
And this is how I learned that shit. P was like, "Hey man, I'm going to the room." I was like, "Look, let's do this. I'm gonna go check it out. If it's a cool vibe, I'll text you, right? Tell you just come through."
He like, "Fuck it, don't even text me."
I was like, "But if you haven't heard from me,
please come get
in
me.
the next 30 minutes,
Please
I need you to call me or text me or something.
Come looking for me, please."
Something, right?" So, all right. I go down to this room and knocked on the door, and that door opened up. I have never seen that many junkies in a domicile that was actually paid for. Yo, it was just people strewn across the two bed room.
Just junk.
It's like 3-4 people on the bed, on each bed.
Tripping. They just like this tripping.
It's people hanging out the window. And it's
quarter. They were on heroin.
Oh yeah, they was dumbed.
I saw.
Oh, they was dumbed.
Look, now I ain't no square. I done seen plenty of shit, right? But I saw everything. that I had ever seen before in that room. You name it, it was there.
Damn. Said you was
I'm confident, right?
said everything.
And all of a
Crushed
sudden-
up, whatever. Inhale it, exhale it,
All of a
shoot it.
sudden, I'm like, man, I am not at the right
This ain't.
deal. But some asshole smoked my bud that I was trying to get down to down to the show. What's up, Dougie?
KC Chappelle?
No, different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I was like, man, I gotta try and get in on some smoke. So we get down there, and the two Army guys that saw me at the door was there. Like, hey man, glad you came down. We were talking military stuff and whatnot, and I was like, it's like, hey man, you want some drinks? I was like, nah. I was like, hey man, if y'all got some bud, though, I'd love to smoke some bud. You know? It's like, hey man, my girlfriend is the biggest bud dealer in Austin. She's on the way. She's on the way, man. As soon as she gets here, we'll get you squared up on that, right? So now I've realized there's no marijuana in this room.
There's none. It's just drugs. There's drugs.
There's drugs.
But no.
There's drugs.
There's drugs here.
And as he's telling me his story of like where he's been overseas, or like over in the Middle East and whatnot, this is the smoothest transition I've ever seen. I mean, he's talking to me. He's like eyes on me like this whole time, like eye to eye. And he's talking like real fast and it's real tense. And for a half a second, I was like, man, dude just must be happy to be home. Because like literally they had just touched American soil.
That boy was zooming.
American soil that day, right? But as he's sitting there talking to me, like without even moving around, like somehow he just pulls out this bag. Ziploc bag, bro. And okay, so the top to bottom, right. That was all cocaine. That was all cocaine. Like it looked like the remnants of a key. And he pulls this thing out and doesn't miss a beat. He's talking, and then he takes this bag and just starts shaking it on the table. Yeah, man, we was just in firefight 2-3 days ago. We gotta be home, man. So fucking take home, get fucked. Hey, man, you wanna do bump? Want to do line?
Hell no.
You wanna do line?
Hell no.
Hey. Nah, I'm good, bro. But where's your girl at with the bud?
like that. He completely forgot about that when he pulled that bag. He forgot.
His girl gets there, and she shows me instead of she had a joint, so we smoking, but she's supposed to be the biggest weed dealer in Austin. She didn't have enough weed to sell.
She had a zip.
She didn't even have that, bro.
Oh shit.
She had more weed and pictures on her phone than she had on her person.
Damn.
Oh, when I figured that out, I sent text to Pete, hey,
I'm on my way.
send the emergency alarm. Call me, dog.
I'm on my
Get me
way.
out of here.
I am on my way. I'm leaving
Pete
this
called me up.
shit.
I was like, hey, yeah, the homie's in trouble down the room. I gotta go. Yeah.
Peace out. He's like, man, they on drugs.
Oh,
They
everything.
don't smoke regulars. They
I
on
mean,
drugs.
coke, speed, heroin. You know what? There might not have been wet in the room.
I bet it was.
No,
I bet it was.
that's a distinct smell.
You're right. You
That's a distinct smell.
Yeah, you're right. It couldn't have been that many people in there if they were smoking. wet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're right. You're right. Niggas would have been falling out at the door.
Yeah.
Rockwell was the only black person in there.
That's why it was so many drugs. And I'm not racist.
I did mention we were in Texas, right? I guess I didn't mention we were in Austin.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, and literally from that experience going forward, almost completely downhill experiences with anybody I've ever met that did coke.
Oh boy. it's always like, man, why the fuck am I with this?
I mean, a
motherfucker?
handful of exceptions to every rule, but I think it was karma for me talking shit about cokeheads.
Boy,
about judging cokeheads,
yeah,
like
it's just
they're
shit.
like, oh yeah, you're gonna run into a bunch of them now.
Yeah, boy.
You're gonna run into a bunch of them.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you one
Might
thing.
even work for one.
Don't ever ride in the car. Don't ever let. It's just like drinking and driving. Don't let them drive while you're in the car. You are going to fucking be scared. I mean, I don't know if anybody out there has ever rode with somebody who was high on cocaine, and you're riding, and you're in a convertible, and you think you're gonna flip out. And I'm a grown ass man, and I was scared like a motherfucker. I was like, man,
I have a need for speed.
we can't make him slow down. He's going 100. And he's going around curves. We're in a convertible, man.
That's what it's for.
Can you are cool. Man, I got out. I kissed the ground when I got out, man. I said, I'm never riding with this nigga again.
Oh yeah, hey, don't ever mix cocaine and convertibles. Don't do that.
Man, I said, boy.
Somebody might get ejected from the vehicle.
Oh man, for real. No, it was real deal. And I mean, this was when I was heavy. You know, I was almost 300 when I was about 255. And, you know, the other cat I was riding with, he's at least 350. You know, y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, man, we were scared. We were scared as shit. We were scared as shit. And matter of fact, when we got to where we was at, we got dropped off at somebody else's house and told him we'll walk home. We'll walk to one of our cars, dog. We good. We good, dog. You know, so yeah, that shit right there, boy. You know, I don't want to be around nobody on that shit. At least not in their personal area, in their room or whatever. I'm sure I'm running to a cokehead everywhere, but nah, I can't party with them, boy. They just, it's too crazy
It's
for
a
me.
lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
It's
It's
a
a lot. It's a lot.
More than I'm prepared to deal with.
Yeah, I can't, you know, it's a lot. They move too fast. You know, you say go to the store, they go to 5 stores, and they moving fast or something. Nah.
And then they come up with these wonderful ideas.
Oh my God, the ideas they be having.
Completely random shit to do.
Oh my God, they say that shit give you a creative mind. Nah, that shit make you crazy. Shit.
Can't mess with it.
Nah, I'm good on that. That shit. That ain't gonna never touch this body. That shit.
Yeah, no,
That shit right there.
no, more than good.
Yeah, y'all can have mine.
More than good.
Yeah, y'all can get mine.
And that whole deal about cocaine users losing weight, not true. Not true. You may lose some water weight or something.
You may dehydrate.
You may dehydrate.
Yeah, you might dehydrate.
But,
and shit, drinking so much fucking alcohol and shit. I don't know why I don't know, man. That's like that goes together. You sniff cocaine and then you drink a whole bunch of alcohol. And it's like, how did y'all come up with this shit like this? What? I don't want to know. Shit, I don't want to know.
I do believe all cocaine users drink hard liquor.
Mm-hmm. It got to be hard. A beer ain't gonna do shit for them. They ain't gonna do shit but make them mad. Make them go to the store and go buy a gallon or something.
What else struck you this week, P?
I don't know, man. This was just a long, hard week for me personally, man. Got that second shot Friday, and
Look at him juiced up.
just
You got the juice now.
just had just been kind of low energy all week, to be honest with you.
This will probably be the 420 will probably mean a lot more to people now because of George Floyd. That's when the verdict came out guilty on all 3 charges. So I mean, it happened on 420, but of course we had another tragedy, the same almost. Well, it wasn't the same way, but police incident on the same, like right before the verdict came out.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to judge there, and I'm glad I'm nobody's judge.
I'm not judging anything. I have an unpopular opinion about that one, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
No,
I'm gonna say
say it because
I
I'm on like both sides this time. I don't like the police, but in this instance, dog, it's one of them ones. If you walk up on somebody and they about to slash the shit out of somebody, man, if you got a gun, you gonna do. If you got a knife, you gonna probably throw it at him. You know, but he, 4 times is over excessive. But
No,
you got to look at the exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got to look at the whole situation. And it was my fucked up part about it. What pissed me off, it was a father out there, man, that could have stopped all this shit.
In the middle of the fight.
And he's right. So I think he should be charged with something. He kicked the little girl in the fucking head. Everybody's tripping off. The police. Yeah, he had to do that. Yeah. I mean, that was everybody. Well, why he shoot to kill? That's what they're trained to do, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and she called the fucking police. You know what I'm saying? If you call the police, stay your ass in the house and wait.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, see, that's where my unpopular opinion comes in.
Right.
Because you can't, just because a teenager has picked up a couple of inches and may have developed sexually to a degree, I guess, or may begin to look like an adult.
Right.
Doesn't mean that they're mentally capable or prepared to make adult decisions.
Exactly. No, that's true.
But also,
but the father was out there, and
she wasn't fighting children. She was fighting adults. Mm-hmm. So I put majority of blame
on the grown-ups, man.
On those adults.
Yeah,
and
man.
I use adult with quotation marks around it.
Yeah. Them
adults that came to her.
That's what everybody don't think. Them was not like young kids she was fucking with. Them was some big motherfuckers. She was grown people to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody, she was young. But what you gotta understand, you got a father out there too. They said the grandmother was out there. Somebody gotta have some sense, that's grown out there to see that some bullshit's finna go down.
Listen,
I'm on both sides of the fence of it, but I know there's only, it's one of them ones, man.
So I'm on the side of the fence that I should be on.
You think? We all are. I think. I don't know.
I think we all in agreement on this. But I will say that what I have been doing since that story came out is, I like a dummy, I went out there and posted on Facebook a couple times about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be ignorant or dismissive of anybody that says that it was wrong. That it went down, right?
That's the thing.
Or, people are saying this is a child.
He didn't know it was no fucking child when he came up on the scene. He didn't know it was no kid.
Yeah, but
kid or not, she was in the process
of killing somebody,
of attempting to stab someone.
Yes, man.
But in the climate that we're in right now, people want. I hate Alexa.
What the hell?
Disregard. But I don't want to have a deaf ear to those people, right? The people that are just ready to protest, right?
Right.
Because, it is a fucked up situation, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to put blame.
And at the time it happened, brings it even further,
But I'm not gonna put blame on that child. For being in that situation, but
it's the grown-ups to me, man. That's where
and people were talking about tasers and this thing. Number one, with a taser,
might not stop somebody.
Number one, not every officer is armed with a taser.
I mean, even if they are in that situation, you got to look at it. Like I said, if you walk up on the scene. Like, okay, your cousin or somebody call you and say, hey, there's some shit going on over here. You're going to have your pistol. You come through and you jump out the car, it's somebody already done got.
And you see a blade swing back.
And you see a blade about to swing back on somebody else. What, it's fucked up, but you're going to shoot. Us as regular citizens, we might miss and hit the wrong person, but
that officer was in a no-win situation.
He was in a no-win situation, dog. And I don't like police, but that right there, man.
He was either going to shoot
watch somebody get killed,
teenager who was attacking someone, or he was going to
watch somebody else
someone else get killed.
Right. And he couldn't have lived with this.
It's not that he couldn't. His job is to protect.
You're right. In that sense, it made sense.
His job, their jobs are supposed to be to protect the human life.
Right.
And when he pulled up, he had a split second decision to make.
Yeah.
And I mean a split second.
Like the hand isn't the hand. But they told her to stop. They told her stop. They gave her they said they told her to stop. and she just kept on. And then, like I said, man, what was disgraceful to me was this grown ass man out here kicking a woman in the fucking head. You know what I'm saying? So, what kind of example are you? And then you want to boo-hoo and cry because, hey man, it could have been prevented with you, dog. What you out there fighting for?
But everybody got to be brolic. You know what I mean? Everybody got to talk that shit, and everybody got to show out for the block. You know, like
yeah, that's that mentality that fucked up right there in that situation.
Let's dial that back because we have no idea what interactions this 15-year-old and these 30-year-old adults, what you know what I'm saying that. So I'm not going. Let's not.
I'm willing to go there. Listen, just based off the 12 seconds that I saw, that was anarchy, and that was avoidable.
I'm not saying it wasn't anarchy. All I'm saying is we don't know what led up to that point.
But my thing is, I
don't know if the 15-year-old girl was talking shit to the adults. I don't know if the adults were talking shit to the 15-year-old girl. I don't know.
We know that the adults went to the teenage where the teenager was at.
Well, let's just break it down even further.
But I don't know what led to them doing that. And as adults, they should have been like, man, fuck these kids. Just bottom line and went on about their business.
Straight up.
Yeah.
But that's also why I believe that they will be charged with you know what I'm saying, not necessarily her death.
Endangerment of a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, endangerment of a child. We've been talking about that all week.
Well, if they charge them with, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, bro. Let me just be clear. But but just things I've seen before. If somebody dies in the commission of a felony, that's on the murder spectrum, right?
Man.
Two grown women going after a child that can't. If they got to her first, that ain't felonious assault.
Then we got an old boy kicking a woman in the head. That's assault. That's assault, man.
I mean, somebody's gonna be culpable for this.
Got to, man. I mean, you can't. If it's going to trial, you seen how they try to break down the George Floyd trial. They broke it down to try to make that man even say shit in the video that he didn't even say. So this one right here is gonna be broke down to the.
Honestly, I don't fantasize about this or anything like. But what would have happened if that policeman wasn't there?
Shit, all hell. The ambulance would have been called. The ambulance would have been called for two dead people.
Yeah, I mean,
let's just be for real. If a 15-year-old coming here, it can be big, small, whatever the fuck. If they swinging a knife, how am I not to say that they gonna cut the shit out of me and make me bleed to death? You know what I'm saying?
I really can't say if you put me in the same situation, I wouldn't have done the same thing.
It's hard to say not, and it's hard to say yay on that because life was at stake either way.
In the military, you have training exercises, right? When I was in ROTC, there was we had an exercise where it's called a movement of contact. Basically, you take a squad size element and you just chill and run around till you find something to shoot. Basically,
yeah,
right. So we're traveling around, and this is all set up as a training exercise. But we come up on a little camp, and there's one person on the ground. Bleeding, injured, right?
Yeah.
And then there's two people struggling, and then one person is pointing a weapon at the other individual.
Right.
It's on the ground, and this was actually my training exercise. I was in charge of. I got so locked in to stopping the most lethal threat available there that I didn't realize that the woman who had the gun was actually trying to kill the person that killed her husband that was on the ground bleeding.
Right.
And everybody spoke a different language.
Oh yeah, see, so that's
yeah. There was language barriers.
Yeah, see,
there was things like and in the process of getting the weapon away from the woman, and then trying to find out the medical condition of the person on the ground, the actual killer got away.
Right.
They ran off.
Right.
And when we did the after action review of it, it was like, yeah, Everything split second.
Yeah, it's
So you
All
Yeah,
right.
it's-
417 Kim says that it doesn't matter her age. Grown ass white man walk into grocery stores with assault rifles and murder people and get arrested without being shot. First off, appreciate you watching 417 Kim. Thanks for tuning in. Secondly, I wholeheartedly agree with your statement. It doesn't matter her age. Grown ass white men do walk into grocery stores with assault rifles and murder people and get arrested without being shot. Teenage white boys walk into churches in South Carolina and murder 9 black people and get taken to Burger King.
exactly.
And I'm not saying that this is right or this is wrong. We just always, as black people, we just always have to remember that there are 2 Americas.
Right. Right.
And in the America that's viewed of black people,
Yep.
this 15-year-old young lady who had a little size on her
Was a threat.
she wasn't looked at as a child when
Exactly.
the police pulled up.
Exactly.
She was looked at as an adult.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, because of whatever stigmas or racisms or ideologies that are out there, when black people turn 14, 15 years old, we are considered full-grown ass adults.
Yeah, I mean,
super predators and
Yeah.
things of that nature. Yeah.
superhuman
You know what I'm
strength.
saying? There are several black teenagers under 17 right now that'll never see the light of day.
Well, but hey, you can even do it like this. Let's take the scenario and put all white people in it. All white people, right?
I think he still does the same thing.
I think so too. I think
Yeah,
because it's already a person down. Like you were saying, you're training. A person's down. You worried about their welfare
or if he doesn't shoot, everybody watches somebody get stabbed to death.
to death. Exactly.
To death.
Somebody's
Well,
getting fucked up.
My whole thing about it is, I don't believe that the officer acted with malice
No,
intent.
no, I believe he acted on training.
He acted-
The only thing that I'm saying it and
He
everybody's saying
he got the call from dispatch
he shot.
saying that there was an issue. He pulls up. He sees someone who looks. He's not taking the time to really. There is no time
There
to
ain't
take.
no time.
And he sees someone with a knife swinging at somebody else. Whether he says, I'm not sure if he says stop. I haven't watched
Yeah,
the video.
he said stop.
I'm not watching any more videos of black people being murdered in any way, shape, fashion, or form anymore. That's just a choice I've made. I've read the description of the video. I've seen people discussing it on CNN and such. That's why I'm not really, taking like a super strong stance. I just from what I've read and watched, he did not act out of malice. There was no.
The only thing that is like you can say is excessive. He shot her 4 times, but police don't shoot to wound you; they shoot to kill you,
And
that's what they're trained to do. They're not
that was him
training.
his good training,
Yeah,
or
that
him being trained well,
Right.
Because he not only shot, he hit center mass. No one else was at risk.
Right.
Listen, I would say me put myself in that scenario, I might have pulled the trigger twice and then reassessed before I pulled again. But you're still talking about milliseconds.
Yeah, you're talking about like.
I'm talking about milliseconds.
Okay.
And if he sent those first 2 down range and didn't think they hit, he needed to send 2 more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
It's fucked up to hear and to see it.
I mean, we're assessing the
it's-
situation in slow motion
Yeah. Exactly.
And from the past.
and from the past.
Exactly.
Yeah. With hindsight, you know what I mean?
Exactly. We judging it by what we seeing, like, because it don't happen in slow mo. It happens bow.
I mean, do this. The next time you driving home, you pull up to your driveway. Before you pull up to the driveway, just stop right in front of it. Stop, get out the car and count to 12, and think about. And think about whether or not you're ready.
I don't even think it was
ready
12.
not to kill somebody just kill somebody to save
I
somebody.
don't even think it was 12 seconds. It seemed like it was just like he got out the
Well,
car.
the video was 12, so it was probably more like 9.
Yeah.
Also, think of this: you don't know what what dispatch told him while he was on the way there.
That as well. That's true.
They may have, they may have said there's a. I'm quite sure they did not say that there is a small altercation.
Right.
Because from what I've been told and what
melee.
I've read,
It was a melee,
well,
man.
no, the way he pulls up and arrives, he knows there's some shit's going down.
Yeah, because there's somebody on the ground. You know, when he pull up, whoever that woman was, she was on the ground, and you know they show dude kicking her in slow motion. But think about that in fast motion. You get out the car, first thing you see is a grown ass man kicking a woman in the fucking head.
He's already assessed 3 threats.
3 of them, and then the last one he sees a chick with a knife. It's like
It's now the
it's
biggest
like, oh
threat.
fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like fuck. You know, you can almost hear it in his. He's telling him to stop. He really don't want to shoot.
Yeah.
But he's only because the girl gets up. You know what I'm saying? And by the time he's looking at the girl down and getting kicked, shit, she's got up and she's got this fucking knife, and you're like, what you gonna do? You too far of a distance to run and tackle her. You know what I'm saying? And even if you do
tackle her, there's nothing you're gonna say that's gonna stop her.
You know, I mean, what if you shoot the taser and it don't knock her down? You know, it send her forward and she still get that stab.
And a taser's not an accurate weapon.
Right,
either.
that's what I'm saying. It ain't gonna just come out and bow, hit her. It might, you know, it. So I mean, that was a rough decision for a police to have to make. You know, take a life to save a life. So I mean. But then you got to look at the other end of the card and say, well, if he would have let that young child kill that girl, then what would people be saying? You know, because
he could actually possibly have been, if he allowed her to stab the other person, he could possibly have been brought up on the civil suit.
Exactly. So it's like it's a no-win.
He was in a no-win situation.
Yeah, man.
And I am in no means, you know, forgiving police in general.
No. Me neither.
But I understand that, and
they got to do a job, man. It's a job.
And this is what I always say, Quarter. We can't play absolutes because everything's not straight up black and white.
No, I don't. No, that I can't. You know,
if this were to go to trial, I believe he would be. I believe the officer would be exonerated.
Yeah, he's justified, man. I mean, I do too. Because I've had conversations.
Now I will say this.
I believe that. Well, let me say this real quick.
Okay.
If this were to go to trial, it would be understandable to me why it went to trial.
Yeah.
Unlike why George Floyd or why Derek Chauvin, why there was a 3-week trial for that.
Right, because he had plenty of time to think about that. 9 minutes.
Well, no, we all saw
Yeah.
him murder George Floyd.
Right.
There is no one who watched that, or there's no one of good conscience who watched that video and said, "Oh, well, you know, he was, you know, Derek Chauvin was just doing his job." That wasn't his job.
That was murder. Yeah.
That was very personal in my.
Yeah.
You could tell because the
He
one thing.
grinded
He was putting on the show.
He grinded his knee.
The one thing I keep asking people on the Fox 4 comment section, you know, those racist bastards, is if he was resisting, why did Chauvin have his hands in his pocket?
Right.
As a person,
he was that hard to handle.
As a person who used to bounce, I've never had my hands in my pocket when I'm having to deal with someone. As a person who's worked a few security jobs, and I've had to handcuff people, I've had to, you know what I'm saying, control situations. I've never had my hands, you know, in my pocket if someone was resisting.
No, it looked like he was enjoying that shit.
No, it did.
He
really
was.
did.
He was getting off on that, man. He really was.
And you can tell, and I feel like you can tell that in hindsight based off of his reaction when he got convicted, because it was like, the same but it was that same subdued emotion. Like he doesn't want to outwardly show what he's feeling, but he's letting you know how he feels.
Yeah. You just they got your ass.
You know.
Well, what he was exuding while he had his knee on George Floyd's neck was he was basically, the look on his face was for the people that were watching.
It was a show.
No, it wasn't a show. It was a show of force. It was
okay.
I have him down, handcuffed, and I have control of him. I'll do you the same way.
Do you the same way? Because to me, everybody's like, well, how come nobody didn't jump in and do something? Well, this motherfucker's got his knee on somebody's neck. He still got his gun on him.
Right there.
What's to say this motherfucker, he'll say he's really afraid and pop your motherfucking ass. Now it's
There's
two.
no way.
Now it's two people laid out there.
Yeah, there's no way you can't ensure you won't get shot.
No, about the only thing like I heard P say was one time was a good point that nobody would break one of them police windows. You know, that's about the only thing you can make some noise or something.
Do something, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But going out there and you trying to jump a police, you're
But
gonna get killed.
Hindsight. I mean, doing it on the spot,
right? That's what I be trying to tell people. If it's happening right there, this shit kicked off like right now. Half of you motherfuckers gonna pull your phone out and film it before you even call 911.
Yep.
Well, I will say this.
You know,
I am very thankful for the 17-year-old young lady who did pull her phone.
Oh
out.
yes,
She's a hero.
yes, yeah, she's the hero.
Because had she not
we would have
gotten
never
that
known.
10 or 12 minutes of video footage,
We'd have never seen the whole. We'd have never known.
And that's brave.
The headline would have simply been what it was the next morning of man dies from drug overdose and heart complications while being arrested.
Yeah. That takes courage.
Yeah.
Because you're recording this for the purposes of getting this out, so it's going to get out.
Right. But at the same time, you don't know what this
motherfucker gonna do.
This fucker right here, and then you got the other fucker that's telling people to back up. You don't know what these motherfuckers gonna do. Everybody, well, man, I would have jumped in, did it. You say that now since you've watched the video a million times.
Well,
you say that now.
I don't pay any attention to the people who say I would have.
Right.
Because those are the same cats that say that they wouldn't have been slaves.
Yeah, straight
up.
I mean, no one wanted to be a slave.
Nah.
But if you were born, prior to slavery being abolished, and you were born into slavery,
you had no knowledge of freedom.
I mean, you have knowledge of freedom because you can see what freedom looks like on the other side of that fucking fence. That's freedom.
Oh, you know what it looked like.
Yeah, you know what it looks like. You just don't know what it feels like.
Just can't get it, yeah.
You're not going to be an owner of it.
Yeah.
Hey, but to go back to the Columbus thing for just a second, I will say this in critique of the moment. If circumstances like this are so unsure, then you need to go back and revisit the training.
That's always
that doesn't say that necessarily the wrong decision was made, but you need to review the situation, the action that occurred, and then you need to see if you need to adjust your training.
And another big problem that I don't know if it's possible for them to change it is like a lot of these officers, they live in a whole different, like they don't live in the same area where they go patrol at. So if it was a police that maybe had been familiar with the area, kind of like knew the people there, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Or maybe it would have happened. It would have happened. Right. That's what I was getting to. If you can be as cool as you want with people in that, but if somebody's tripping, they tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that's you can't tell that somebody's having a mental issue if they wielded a knife, because I mean, yeah, you got a mental issue, but how do I know that? And how do I know you finna kill? As far as I know, you finna kill this person with that knife.
Well,
that's
just to not really give Rockwell pushback, but just to add on to it, it's not that they need to review the training; they need to review the hiring practices.
Well, no, I'm talking about just in this moment, not overall.
No, I'm saying overall.
Yeah, I mean
because I don't know if this guy was a good officer or a bad officer, but majority of these
you need to change the psychological profile of the people you're hiring.
The majority of these people that they're hiring to be cops,
sociopaths.
Nobody told your scary ass to apply to be a police officer.
Exactly.
And if you are fearful of your life at any slight movement and any slight,
that's the wrong job.
I'm from 24th and Forest, Kansas City, Missouri. You know what I'm saying? I hung out on the pole. I hung out in the 30s. I done hung out in the 50s. I done hung out in the I done hung out all over this motherfucker.
Right.
One thing I learned is keep your head on the swivel.
Always.
This is a guy doing little skits about like apartment complexes and gas stations and convenience stores and stuff. And all of the apartment complexes that he's talked about, all of the gas stations he's talked about, every convenience store that he's talked about,
he was on point.
Are places that I've not frequented, I still frequent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he's incorrect about his assessments.
Right.
I'm just saying that I keep my head on a swivel. So you got to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
And it goes.
And if one of the things that you are not, as an officer, is aware of your surroundings, you have no business being a police officer.
Yep.
Hey man, when we bounce this down, let's find that guy's name and get him a good tag in there, because that series is brilliance. It is social media brilliance. It actually had an idea of doing something like that similar
when I
a
saw
long time ago. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, he's just speaking to me.
Yeah, I couldn't do them loud like
He's just
this.
straight up speaking to me.
Right. I said he hit it on the fucking head. He
What-
named all of them. That was keep your head on the swivel.
And I have lived in every area that he is described.
The only thing the only thing I think he was missing is there should have been a category of do they have public restroom or not?
None of them.
I
I don't think any of them do. I don't think you want to pee in them motherfuckers. I don't think you want to be in there that long. And none of them motherfuckers. You don't want to be in there. If you're in there 5 minutes, that's too long.
Or yes, no, but yeah, but it's nasty.
Yeah.
Every gas station he mentioned does have a public restroom.
Does it?
Yeah.
Shit, I try to get out of there so fast. I go pee outside. Shit.
Yeah, man. That was some good internet right there. I love that.
That was funny right there. That was for real. But going back to this, they need more training, man. I mean, it's so easy to go be a police right now. All you need is a diploma and clear drug screen.
Well, if you go to the police academy to become a tough guy, you are taking the wrong profession.
That's the wrong job.
And I don't think they need more training. I think that they need their jobs more stylized or specified. Or I'm a person who believes in defunding the police. Now, just to give a quick definition, defunding the police does not mean abolishing the police force. Right. It does not mean taking every dollar away from the police force. What it means is taking some money that's allocated to them and moving it to other areas, whereas if you have a person who's autistic or something like that who's having an episode, you don't call you don't have Officer Johansson rolling up seeing a 16-year-old autistic black kid
as a threat
and just starts dumping on him because he's nonverbal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have a social worker who's equipped and trained to deal with that type situation come in, and you may have an officer go there as some sort of a backup support just in case shit does go awry, but the officer is there for just that backup support.
Right. I feel that. That's that. I think that would help a lot just to have that one officer there that's really there to keep peace and also look out for the safety of whoever the situation is dealing with.
I think a way that better explains it is, instead of saying defund the police, demilitarize the police.
Oh no. I'm gonna say defund because they've been defunding education for the past 25 years. And ain't no school, you know what I'm saying? So fuck that. It's the same thing.
Okay, but I'm saying if you speaking to your opposition,
defunding and demilitarizing are two different things, my brother.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It absolutely is not.
Demilitarizing demilitarizing is a mind state.
Bro, the only reason for the funding is the militarization of police, to turn them into a paramilitary group. It's equipment.
It's a mind state more than.
But I'm telling you,
it's a mind state because some of that equipment in some areas you do need.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean some of them.
No,
so
hell
I'm not saying that you need. Well, no, in some of them.
You don't need APCs. You don't need 50 cal fucking sniper rifles.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Not a 50 cal.
Mass shooters, you never know. We have to pick them motherfuckers.
Hey man.
Look, look, some of that. I'm not saying you need to have that every. I'm not saying that Belton needs to have a fucking mini tank.
Right.
But Compton PD does.
But that's what police funding is getting you.
Okay.
So that's why I'm telling you they're one and the same.
But police funding is getting that. But the attitude of militarization is what uses it. So I'm saying that's why I say that the demilitarization is an attitude more so than it is about finance.
Okay, I know. It sounds like we talking chicken egg here, but the sole purpose for funding the police the way that they fund them is to make sure that they have military grade equipment.
I'm not arguing that. This isn't a chicken egg deal. You're making it a chicken egg deal. I'm saying the militarization of the police started with an attitude before it started with funding.
Yeah,
they felt, hey, I need to have some more hyped up shit.
Well,
because if they didn't feel that way, they wouldn't have the hyped up shit.
I disagree.
Well, no, you gotta think about it.
The war on drugs is what militarized the police.
No, they was. I mean, just think about it. When they started,
but that's an attitude though.
Yeah, when they started, they was chasing slaves.
Because who did the war on drugs affect?
But that's actual legislation.
Who did the war on drugs affect?
Us.
Right. It didn't affect white folk like that. So that's an attitude. That's an attitude of we're going to go in the hood and make these niggers understand that we got the force. So the attitude of saying that, so you have to have the thought of saying that before you get the tank.
But I don't think you.
Nobody gave them a tank first and said, "Hey, now you go get the niggers."
No, they thought of that. They you know.
It's the attitude is the demilitarization. That's where you have to start. And you know what? And you know how you start. Bro. And you know how you start quickly with that. You start quickly with that by stop hiring these washed out ass motherfucking poot butt vets who got PTSD and can't hear a motherfucking firecracker go off without motherfucking laying a block down.
Yeah, that's
or without snapping into some sort of psychosis.
Yeah, they got to look into that shit, all that shit, man. Because
but hold on, I think we're getting ahead. I think we're getting ahead of a few things.
No, just think about it.
One, I'll say this. Absolutely, there are vets that have that mindset that are poisoning the police department, right?
Yeah.
But I will tell you that those veterans are the most capable operators in the police force as far as rules of engagement are concerned.
Yeah, they should. They because they used to shooting.
But capable doesn't mean that they're actually utilizing the rules of engagement.
Yeah,
because it's those officers who, and I'm not saying it's all of them, but the majority of the officers who are quote unquote bad cops are the ones who washed out of the Army or the Marines or the armed force of some nature.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on, do you know that for sure?
Look it up. I've done just look it up.
90% of them are.
Look it up.
90%, yeah. 90%. It's in the 90%. Yeah, it's in the.
I mean, think about it.
Now listen. There's no doubt that
think about it. It's easier to get into the military than it is to become a police officer.
No, it's
bad. It's easier to become a police officer
than it is to get into the military. Right. I know what you were saying.
And most police academies aren't looking for people who are like thought-provoking
looking for robots.
They're looking for people who know how to follow a fucking order.
That's it, robots.
And okay,
a robot with a slight malfunction.
So you got a dishonorable discharge. Okay, you shot somebody you wasn't supposed to shoot, but we understand. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the towel heads. Come on over here and get this job.
You ain't got to shoot that many on our.
That's the attitude of militarization, my brother. And the more people that you have who fall under that category, the more militarized the police force becomes, and then they push to get more militarization on their weapons and equipment.
Okay. Let me put
it. They no longer have to.
Because there's no way you could hire me to go carry a gun and shoot rubber bullets at innocent people just protesting. I wouldn't be. I can't go to work that day. I ain't finna shoot no rubber bullets at no innocent people because they out here fighting for a cause. I mean, that's something I could. That's another reason I couldn't be a police, because that, shit like that right there, it's like what P's saying. That's, you got to be like in a mind state of like, fuck these people because I used to kill Afghanis over here, so fuck these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna air them out.
I think if I wanted to, I could have been a police officer.
I could have, but I would have been dirty like Lonzo.
I would have, right, but my dirty wouldn't have involved murdering, innocents.
I would have,
you know what I'm saying? I'd have been at your crack house.
Yeah, getting that money.
Getting my payoff probably,
I'm in your trunk getting that money.
But like I always say, I ain't shit.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why, I mean, just as easy as it is for all of us right here, we could go get on the police department. Like I said, all you gotta have is clean piss and a diploma, you know. So we could get on right now.
And you really don't have to have one of those.
Because they'll put you through the school to get your motherfucking diploma. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was talking about the clean piss.
Clean piss. I can go get my little cousin's piss.
I know a lot of cokehead cops.
Shit, I can go get my little cousin's piss. It's way cleaner than mine. Shit. So it's that easy. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't shot a gun in so motherfucking long, but they're training me how to shoot that motherfucker and beat it. You know.
Yeah, but just to wrap my little thoughts on this, right? I really do think we should go back and research the numbers on
it's 90%.
I don't think it's 90%.
On the ones that are
about 85, it can't be no lower than 80.
On these ones that are bad shoots, where they either say they're mistakes. Okay, like not the guy, not the dude. Let's not put the dude in South Carolina. They got murdered. They got shot in the back in this scenario. Let's not put Chauvin in this, right? Because they had an intent to kill somebody, right?
You talking about dude in South Carolina that planted the gun and didn't realize that he had to...
He was on video? Yeah.
Why wouldn't you add him? He seems like a perfect example.
Yeah, he just seems like a rat. He seemed like a sneaky bastard.
I mean, not only did he shoot someone who was running away in the back, he caught himself planting a gun to make it seem like he had legitimate reason to shoot dude.
No, I'm not saying that this shit ain't heinous, y'all. I'm
just saying he seems like a perfect example. I'm not removing him from the pool.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm sorry I busted your bubble on that one.
But I feel y'all are conflating a couple of factors here, and it's gonna screw your numbers over.
Well, I don't think my number's nowhere near.
Let me just get this out. The most policing errors that I have personally experienced have been from people that did not have military training. Let me tell you like this. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that have been in the Middle East that want to kill brown people, right? And they went out there specifically with the intent to go kill brown people, right? I'll tell you that from people I talk to, people with that type of mindset, they become contractors. They don't become cops because contractors get paid way more money to do the same thing, right? Secondly,
check the numbers. It's about
secondly,
in the 80s.
Most of these cops, hell, quarter the police interactions me and you didn't have to deal with people. Yeah. Them people weren't prior service military. You feel me?
Oh, I'm not saying that every officer is prior service military.
No, but I'm saying that there are a lot. I'm saying it's more likely that there's somebody without prior service military in their record that is prone to make mistakes out in the field as far as trigger discipline and rules of engagement are concerned. Because in the military, no matter what your fucking feelings are, you have rules of engagement. And there are a lot of those scenarios where soldiers were driving down roads having pot shots taken at them. They were not allowed to return fire. Damn. You know what I mean? Like it takes discipline to get qualified with a weapon in the military. Like it's there are sociopaths in the military. I will not deny that, right? But as far as the training is concerned, it ain't. As far as that weapon is concerned, everything is accountable. Even more so than with police departments. If one round is missing after a mission, they're gonna find out where the fuck it went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They are better killers because they are professional killers.
Yeah.
Now these cops that are out here killing black folks, most of these are hobby killers. They just wanted to be in the circumstance where, you know, if they can hit the big time,
they got one. We got one.
And that's the other thing me and you were talking about, Quarter, that sometimes I think this thing has gone beyond race. I think it's a police culture thing. Like these people literally learn how to be police off movies, off Dirty Harry and RoboCop.
Right.
Now that's where I'm gonna give you pushback, because a lot of it is, I think a majority is about race. Because if it wasn't about race,
No, I didn't say it wasn't about race. I said that there are factors beyond race.
Yeah. It's
and once again, I'm getting a pushback because if those factors that were beyond race were so major or important, you wouldn't have these white officers still killing black officers, not knowing that they were officers.
Well, what I'm getting from what Rock is saying, like, if all you watch on these movies and all you hear is on the news is black folks do this, they commit these crimes. It's just like us.
If Dirty Harry kills 5 niggas in a parking garage,
he had a reason to do it.
Then Dirty Harry makes black people bad guys.
Right. And
You know?
it's just
so the racism is still there. I'm not saying
it's there.
It's not gone.
It just makes it more.
I'm saying that
with
that the racism itself is even transformed,
right,
and utilized in a different manner.
Right. It's like shit. That motherfucker over there. He's just like they were saying.
It's to the point where it's not nigga.
Nah.
It's enemy. Oh, that enemy's a nigga.
Yeah, big black nigga. Yeah, every black person. He was big. I was afraid of him. He was big. I was afraid of him. I was scared. I was nervous. He was resisting. I mean, come on. Every nigga's resisting, and every.
I mean, you have to condition these folks.
Yeah.
To believe that black folk are that threat.
Yeah, it's just like us. If we see some shit going like Afghanistan, all we think is, they fight. You go over there, they gonna shoot.
Now you may think these folks may look at black folk and be like, "Hey, I may have a little trouble on my hands." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when that fear kicks in,
it's
that fear has been conditioned into them.
Yeah, because it's there, and they've been seeing the movie. They've been hearing the news. Oh, this black over here killed another black. This black. So all they thinking is black. It's a race thing. I feel what Pete said. It's still race, but it's beyond that because. Because
in the moment you don't have the time to think it out that, hey, I'm doing this for the white race. Most of these people ain't saying I'm doing this for the white race. Chauvin may have been doing that. But
he had his hood. He had his hood on.
Chauvin may have been doing that.
He had his hood on when he was doing it.
But aren't certain actions understood?
Not necessarily, man.
So,
let's say officer.
And please, I really don't want this to look like I'm fucking defending
it's
people here. Like,
it's
all I'm saying is that it's not just white hooded racism. You know what I mean? That's coming into play here.
Yeah,
you have that's the root of it. That's where everything comes from. But this shit has grown up and it's evolved. And it's evolved in ways that they can try to hide the racism.
Right. And I mean, we are.
So that makes it not racist?
No, it's
no,
racist.
no. I never said it wasn't racist.
No.
Then
it's a way for them. It's a way for them to hide.
Why are you arguing my point then?
No, he ain't arguing.
I'm not.
He just saying
I'm
it's
just
a way
saying
for them
that there's
to
other components to it.
It's the way they can mask it from being rape when it comes up. Oh no, it wasn't racist. It was he was big. He was 6'9" and he was big. And, they try to, but he was black.
Some of those white people.
Let's just go ahead and say it. He was black.
Look, some of those white people have to be conditioned to feel that way. They're not saying nigga. They're saying I need to protect myself. Who's the most likely bad guy? Then racist nigga person's gonna tell you, oh, he's a threat.
Yeah, that nigga
they're not gonna tell you nigga because nigga don't sell to all white folk.
That nigga right there, that's what they're gonna say. That nigga right there is a threat.
But it doesn't have to sell to all white folk.
But it does sell to all white folk.
So then that leads me back to asking, why are we arguing this? Because if it's all based in racism, if it's all based in racism, and no matter how much it evolves, is it not still racism?
Yeah.
Yes, but that doesn't.
I mean,
that still doesn't negate the fact that there are factors beyond the racism that come in play.
They let their good training get fucked up by bad news fucked up.
There's the
movie.
conditioning component to it as well.
Yeah, they let they train.
So once again, that just goes back to what I was saying earlier about they need to change their requirements and acceptance.
Yeah, no doubt,
Absolutely.
no doubt. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You need thinkers.
Yeah, you gotta have.
Like
it
you
shouldn't
say,
be that
like,
easy for.
There's
us
a lot of
to,
robots. There's a lot of robots wearing a badge, and you need thinkers. You don't need robots.
Yeah, robot gonna malfunction from time to time. Shit, So I mean, you gotta have. I mean,
hey, now robots, you can tell nigga, and they gonna say nigga, and they gonna blow one away.
Nigga. Yeah. See a nigga like what the Terminator say? Oh, terminate this motherfucker. This is the threat. Terminating. It's the threat. The 6'9" big black Negro with the handcuffs behind his back. That's him. Go take him to the ground, kill him.
Yeah, I am not trying to remove racism from the
it's
equation
there.
whatsoever.
A blind Stevie Wonder can see this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why he's moving to Ghana.
Right, I saw that. A couple of weeks ago. Stevie said, "I'm out."
Hold on. Think about this. This is one other point I wanted to close with on this whole thing. Think about how similar our police forces look now to dictatorships in Africa. They're paramilitary. They're out there with automatic weapons, in military fatigues, with intimidation tactics.
Oh, all intimidation. No, let's not even say intimidate. Kill tactics. Kill tactics.
Right.
Straight up kill tactics.
Right. And these are these are the same police in our country that want to call people in Africa uncivilized. Yet they're adopting the same oppressive measures.
Yeah, the same.
I don't know if they're necessarily adopting, but they're acknowledging it and using the same tactics that third world dictators use.
And that goes back to what like I like what P said. Defund. I mean, I'm glad he explained that defund because a lot of people don't understand that shit. They just like, well, you're gonna take the police. Man, you don't want the police not here. You want police.
Money ain't good money.
Yeah, let's just get that. If it wasn't no police, all you motherfuckers would never go outside. Straight up, purge every day.
And we're not going to sit here and act like police departments don't waste money.
Oh, they waste money.
The military wastes more money than anybody on earth.
Yeah, they waste money.
So the paramilitary is going to do the same thing.
Yeah, they got to use that money to get like P said, you got to get some people that psychologically can go out here and help them assess the situation before it gets completely out of control. Send somebody out there with the mind state of I'm gonna bring peace out here, but that's not what they have. Or they have people going out there and their main objective is, well, if I pull up and I see a motherfucker acting a fool, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna act a fool with him because I don't, instead of sending somebody with some type of, let me see what the fuck's going on. Send a black car in there, let that person get out the car and walk and see what the fuck's going on. Before,
that's also I'm not sure the fallacy of it all, because when we were kids, that's what police did.
Yeah, they came and made peace. They give you a baseball card.
Not just make peace. They actually, drove through the neighborhood.
And talked to the people.
They learned what was going. They knew what was going on in their in the places they worked.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They need to live down there in some of them areas, and and just go in the fucking local grocery store sometimes and like.
But the problem is, there's always loopholes in those residency requirements.
Oh yeah.
That's why 90% of cops live over in the North Lane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's and you gotta look at it too. Everybody don't want to be a police, so what's the chances of a nigga down in the city really saying, "Oh, I want to be a police," and I want to patrol down,
and potentially arrest the same people I grew up
with. Right.
Well,
that's the fact.
But that's the difference.
Right.
The job of the police isn't to simply just arrest people.
Mm-hmm.
The job of the police is to
peace.
Essentially maintain order,
and
protect
peace.
and serve.
Right.
So think about it from both perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
If you got, Junebug that you went to school with from 6th grade to 12th grade, and you known this dude, pretty much your whole life, you don't want to have to fuck with Junebug like that. You know what I'm saying? it's both sides.
Right.
The criminals will be a little, more low key about their crime.
Right. That's
And the
right,
police will
right.
be a little more, high key about their presence.
Yeah. I mean, it's
When
funny.
we were growing up, police officers lived in the neighborhoods with us. Teachers lived in the neighborhoods with us. Grocery store owners and workers and stuff. Everybody lived in the same neighborhood. So I may see Mr. Lewis at school every day, and it kept me from fucking up because Mr. Lewis knew my pops.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, I didn't want no trouble with my pops, so I didn't want no trouble with Mr. Lewis.
Right. And that's it goes back to that factor we was talking about with that other incident with the little girl. I mean, the father's out there, man. You know what's going on there? You know, the people don't know these officers. The officer don't know who they dealing with. It's all a fear in both categories. You got, you down here in the city. Of course, I don't really fuck with the police. But if I know this motherfucker, because I seen him in the grocery store area the other day, here and there, buy, they always say police buy donuts. Yeah, he in there buying his donuts every day. I'm in here getting my blunt wraps and shit. You know what I'm saying? And hey, what's up? That they don't do that no more. They don't. They don't even stop by. Like it's funny. We was talking about these grocery stores. They don't even stop by them stores and even go in there and make themselves known as like, hey, we ain't here to bring peace. We just making sure everything cool, man. Hey, man, let me get a pack of cigarettes, man. You know what I'm saying? And they make your presence known, and then people know, oh man, that's Richard, the police. He cool, man. We let's don't do this shit right here, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's like I guess what we all saying. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things where, do you want Reggie, the bully that used to be the bully in the neighborhood, to be the police? Maybe so, because everybody was like, man, that's that man. Here come that nigga right there. He gonna fuck you up, but he be.
You don't want him to be the police,
right? But that's
because
what I was getting. That's what I was getting to.
That's
what I was getting to. I was like, he gonna come down here with that fuck shit, man. And that builds that like, man, I don't like the because it is, but.
I think
it's a two-edged like deal. You know what I'm saying? Do you want them from there, or do you it's.
I think the general sentiment we're all saying is we want people to become cops instead of trying to convince cops to become people.
You did. That ain't what I'm saying.
You don't disagree with shit me
tonight, Bill. That's the old granddad. That's the old granddad. Old granddad. He said, I'm not gonna go with you on this one.
Because it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is communal thought. No, that ain't what you. That ain't nothing what the fuck you just said. I'm saying communal thought. If you're part of the community, you're gonna act differently. That ain't nothing. No.
So if you're part of the
people being cops, you're not cops. That's not the same shit. I'm saying if you're part of the community, you're gonna behave differently. You're saying,
so if if you come from the community and become a cop, it's easier to do that than it is to be a cop and then try and be part of the community.
Okay, so when were you a cop before you were part of the community?
I'm saying that people, I'm talking about as far as identity is concerned. People don't, those cops consider themselves cops. They consider themselves superior to citizens. You know what I mean?
With a badge, yeah.
Yeah, right. So
that's what I was saying.
And I'm saying you don't want that. You want somebody that's a person.
They instill fear instead of respect.
That's a human being.
Yeah, they instill fear instead of respect.
That aspires to become a police officer.
And that's where we'll do, because everybody's a person. Are you a good person? Or are you a not so good person?
Hey man,
and whether you're but,
hold on. We done identified as several things we want other than people in this show before. We've decided to change our identities to wherever the fuck we want to. So absolutely, there are some people that consider themselves cops and not even human fucking beings.
Shit, Zimmerman for one.
Well, Zimmerman wasn't a cop.
I know, but he thought he was. He thought he was, and he was.
Some people think cops are a race.
And you know what I mean? He was a neighborhood watch, but he thought he was a police.
Some people think cops are a race,
and those people are wrong.
It's
prove it to them.
Shit,
I ain't got to prove shit to nobody.
Exactly. So they
can see you. Oh my bad. You know how I'll prove it to them? I will tell them Google the race of police.
It's not there.
Google police race.
It's not there.
It's
not there. It's not there.
There is not a person on this planet who has police officer in their deoxyribonucleic acid.
Agreed.
And there's not even.
I'm not. But my point is, there's people out there you can't convince of that, and they're wearing a badge.
Well, those are the people that shouldn't be cops.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's.
And those are also the people that are not a part of my community.
Oh no.
So therefore we don't. We don't. Those cops don't live on 24th and Forest.
No, they don't want to be in.
Those cops didn't live on 51st and Tracy.
No, they don't want to be.
Those cops didn't live on 33rd or 23rd and Spruce.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they weren't a part of my community.
See,
there were police officers that did live in those neighborhoods that I lived in, and they were cool. They were part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Here come Officer Harry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Put the joint down, nigga. Put the
right,
joint down.
right. It's a respect thing instead of a fear thing. It's respect. It's like
and you know the first thing Officer Harry say when he pull up or when he get up to us. Ah man, I smell that reefer, y'all. You know,
ain't that what dude told us that one day, Rock?
You know what I'm saying? I ain't even sweating that. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, keep it cool out here, young bloods.
That's exactly what.
Hey, that's exactly what he said, dog. We pulled up the Napa.
Because Officer Harry, who was a part of my community, understands that I may smoke a little reefer from time to time, but I got a 4.0.
Yeah.
I got, you know what I'm saying? I got scholarships on this. I'm in school doing this. I got this other stuff going on. I'm not just a nigga that's on the corner smoking a joint.
Right.
But Officer Smith, who lives up in Liberty and is coming down here to my community, who sees me smoking a joint, is gonna sweat me.
He's gonna sweat
because he doesn't have the same communal mind frame that we have.
He's gonna sweat you because he thinks
that's what I'm talking about.
He's a robot. He thinks that's his job. You know?
That's communal thought.
Yeah.
Let's not leave out the sliver of cross section of cats that do come from the hood that forgot that they came from the hood.
Hey, okay,
you know what I mean.
Those people, do they share your communal mindset?
No, but they came from my community.
But coming from your community and staying in your community and being a part of your community are two different things, brother. This officer who forgot he's from the hood, he don't stay in the hood no more. Nah. He can't stay in the hood. Nah, because the hood will get him.
Yeah, because he's like the bully police officer. You know.
You know, it's hella black police officers that live in the hood, and none of them get their house shot at. None of them get their cars, the tires flattened, or the gas siphoned, or toilet, the trees toilet TP'd, or none of that shit.
They got that
because, hey man, shit, man, look, Derek good, man, Derek good.
Yeah, he respect the people. You know, you respect and don't instill that police fear into people. You come up, what the fuck are you doing? Hey, what the fuck? Hey, you know, and that's the first thing they come up on the scene with is that bullshit. You know, so if they not a community person, they gonna come up with that fuck shit on you. You know what I'm saying? And then you gonna come back with something else, and then there you got conflict.
Because that same officer who's from the hood, that forgot he's from the hood, when he goes to Liberty to live, because that's where officers in Kansas City can live also, and he gets treated like a nigga, he accepts that because I'm a nigga in Liberty.
Yeah.
Whether I'm a police officer or not.
Right.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take my L right now. I just got sent an article. Police with military experience more likely to shoot. Marshall Project study.
Yeah, we said that.
Now, I don't think it's
University of Texas School of Public Health.
Yeah, I don't think it's that 95% number Quarter was saying.
Yeah, it's
but
85.
it's definitely a majority.
It's 85.
Looks like it's going to be more like 60.
Yeah, I was going to say 60, 65%.
Officers who were deployed were 2.9 times more likely to have fired their weapons while on duty.
It says 60%.
Those who were not deployed were 1.94 times more likely to be involved in a shooting.
So it's 85%.
That's surprising.
But let's keep it funky, though. In the officers who were deployed's defense, a lot of times the police, their captains or commanding officers are going to send them to those kinds of situations because they've already had to deal with that shit overseas.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, so I'm not out here just saying cops is out here just willy nilly shooting niggas, and even though cops are really out here willy nilly just shooting niggas,
right? Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't every cop, and that's why I don't play absolutes about it.
Okay, I get that aspect of it because they have that training. your superiors are more likely to put them in the middle of some shit.
Right. Because you're supposed to have better gun discipline than my man Officer Smith, who was part of a fucking militia last month.
Makes sense. Makes sense. You know, that makes it make more sense right there. You know.
Well,
you want a killer to go handle a killer.
Well, you want someone trained to kill
Mm-hmm.
to handle a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because him being trained to kill means that he may do this. He may be able to separate and compartmentalize better, allegedly, than someone who is not.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Hey, speaking of training,
that take a lot of mental strength to do that too.
Speaking of training, on a previous episode, I referenced a Lieutenant Colonel David Grossman. It was his book on killing. That was one of the things we studied in ROTC about the psychological impact of killing and whatnot. I recommended that book before. I'd still say recommend. I still say read that book, but don't read no more of that motherfucking shit. Woo! He said some shit this week about sex being twice as good after you killed somebody.
Wow.
Hey, man. Hey. Whoa.
Wow.
I mean,
whoa. Okay. You out there on that end.
Now, I have not.
Whoa.
I've not killed someone and then gone to have sex. So let me preface with that.
That wouldn't even be in my
But I can
brain.
kind of understand where he's coming from. Because if you just had to kill somebody and watch them die, maybe you having sex after that or during the sex, you appreciate life that much more. That's just, I'm not, not advocating,
murder.
slanging and banging, or banging and slanging.
Banging and slanging.
You know what I'm saying? But to a degree, I can understand what he's saying.
Bro.
Yeah, that was great.
That ain't something that I'm going to be teaching.
Oh no, I'm not teaching that
to police. God damn,
boy!
You said it's better.
Do what?
But see, that also goes to demilitarization being a mindset and defunding being a necessity. Because if you got that motherfucker in there teaching that shit, he's militarizing the mindsets of these officers, and you're paying him to do that. So if you take the money away from him to be able to come in and give that bullshit lecture, he can't spread that that fallacy, that mental fallacy any further.
Woof.
Yeah,
that was just a lot.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that's some wild stuff, and hey, to each his own.
Yeah, that's.
I know a chick that like to get choked out, so I don't fool with her no more. I'm buck wild sometimes. I don't want to catch that case like in Rising Sun. Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery movie. Check it out. You'll get the reference. Great movie. Well, fellas, my glass is almost empty.
I didn't even drink my backups.
Shit, my glass.
We had a lot to say today,
and I feel as though we have
my glass is empty. Probably
taken enough of the people's time. On behalf of Quarter from the Valley down on 18th and Vine, DJ Jamil Rockwell, myself, PL. Hold on, before I get into all that, look up. Keep up with Quarter from the Valley on Facebook. Look up QFTV or Valley Juice or both.
Hashtag Valley Juice, hashtag QFTV, hashtag Lawnarchy, hashtag Get Off My Lawn Hip Hop, hashtag Fuck Your Couch, hashtag Heat Advisory, hashtag HT Hatterack, hashtag hit any of them hashtags, man. You're gonna bring all of us up, man. That's everything we do, and some of the episodes from past what we've done too.
At some point, Rockwell's going to start doing some mixes. I've grown tired and weary of pushing the issue, so be on the lookout for those.
You got a lot of nerve.
Hey,
be on the lookout for those mixes.
Hold on, wait. You know what? I ain't even gonna do this on camera.
DJ Rockwell,
they coming.
I'm just
be
gonna
on the
say
lookout for them.
The Quarter left a note like 3 years ago.
Was it 3 or 3.5 or 4?
I don't know. It's been a minute.
It's been a long time. It's still up there on the wall, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know, when do I get my
PL is
mixtape?
well aware that there is one factor missing from me doing a mix tonight. Tonight, if need to be. There's one thing that we need to set up, and we can start doing it. And I was just about to say, and was gonna recommend it after the show. Fuck it, we can do it. We can do it Friday night and just do the shit. Give everybody a break, or give me a break, and I get on the decks, and y'all can talk shit while I'm mixing. Fuck, I don't give a damn.
It is. Get ready for the mix. Get ready. It's coming.
But I was trying to give the people somewhere to follow you, but I don't have nowhere to tell them to follow you.
Cause I'm with this get off my lawn shit.
Hashtag get off my lawn. Hashtag Lawnarchy.
I'm immersed.
Hashtag my DJ don't eat right.
I'm gonna start putting that too. My DJ don't eat right.
Hey, I got some shit coming for y'all asses on that tip. Watch.
And if you choose to do so, you can find me on a majority of the social medias at KCPL. Give me a follow. I'll follow back. Interact. You know, we can discuss any topics. If you have any topic ideas for us for the Friday nights, you know, feel free to hit me up. Let's see. Today is the 23rd. We should have this episode up on YouTube the 25th or 26th or so. Be on the lookout for that. We keep all backlogged episodes on YouTube. Once again, on behalf of Quarter from the Valley, QFTV, DJ Jamel Rockwell, I'm PL, Paul Elliott. This is Lawnarchy. Really do appreciate you all tuning in and riding with us for the evening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with us, and that means a lot to us.
Right on. Appreciate it.
On behalf of Lawnarchy and Get Off My Lawn Hip Hop, I'd like to say have a good weekend. Keep your head on a swivel, and hopefully we'll see you in roughly 166 hours. Peace.
Peace.
Holla.